As people continue mourning, it is the start of a new week, and all eyes are shifting to what comes next as she leaves behind an open seat in the court, less than 2 months shy of the election. Ashley Sharp joins us live now on what that would mean to nominate a new justice.
Well, Sydney Casey, to replace a justice on the Supreme Court, the president makes a nomination and the Senate confirms it. And many think now that the Republicans will get this done before the election because we do have a Republican president and a Republican majority Senate. I spoke with some local experts to break down the process. Following Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death, a political battle is underway as all eyes turn to filling her seat on the Supreme Court.
This is a way of maintaining political power going forward, way past the lifespan of Mitch McConnell or Donald Trump or most of the people in the Senate.
President Donald Trump says he will nominate his choice for the next justice as soon as this week, something he is allowed to do even right before an election.
There's no legal issue here at all. This is entirely politics.
Despite the legality, Democrats are fighting back, saying this nomination should be left to whomever wins the November election, whether it be Trump or Biden.
This is the very real fear that the Republican Party has. They may not be in power by January, that they may lose the presidency or the Senate or both. And so there's a real opportunity from their perspective of getting another justice on the bench before January. So they're going to do everything they can to try to do that.
Many now drawing a stark comparison to 2016, when Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Senate Republicans stopped President Obama from filling a vacant Supreme Court seat at the end of his second term, saying then it should be left to the voters and the new president. Republican Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn says it's a different scenario.
Back then, you had President Obama, but you had a Republican-controlled Senate. So if you're following precedent throughout our nation's history, then what you're going to do is wait in that situation. If you're following precedent with the president and the Senate of the same party, then you're going to go ahead and move forward, and that is what we'll do.
It's not a fair comparison in the sense that this is not about giving the voters a choice, right? This is about political power.
If President Trump successfully replaces Ginsburg, that would mark 3 justices he put on the bench, which would drastically shift the balance toward the right.
Now we're at an inflection point with the loss of Ginsburg. Now we may actually have an overwhelmingly conservative Supreme Court, which may do some very, very notable things like reversing Roe versus Wade or striking down the Affordable Care Act.
Now, President Trump has not yet released his list of top picks to fill Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat on the court, but many are speculating that those frontrunners include Judges Amy Coney Barrett of Chicago and also Barbara Lagoa of Atlanta. Sydney, Casey.